Trying to get rid of this one screen here. It's not letting me. That's interesting. It's almost like twice. Well, maybe I just am meant to leave it. It's deciding it doesn't. Huh. All right. So as you can see here, we've got quite a bit. Seattle Seahawks are playing phenomenal. Cannot believe how well they've been. You know, they had the win 24-20, and Seattle's defense allowing the NFL's second fewest points per game should handle Arizona's offense, especially with James Conner out due to, yeah, that's awful. That's awful. He's a huge part of their offense. A lot of key players really hurt this year. Yeah, it's super physical. Sam Darnold is playing well. They say steady play. Kenneth Walker is, I think, the best back that I've seen this year. That's my feeling about it. He looks unstoppable sometimes. He has insane speed. He's really effective. Highly recommend him on your pool if you can get him. But Kenneth Walker III is been steadily better for the last couple of years. That's what I've noticed. Minnesota Vikings with a record of 2-1 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are also 2-1. Vikings win 23-20. Carson Wentz startling. Yeah. For injury prone, yes. J.J. McCarthy has been competent game manager. Competent game manager. I love that. Let's put the chat on at the side here so I can see what's going on if anybody does chat later. There we go. Beautiful day. I think it's going to be warm, sunny. Today in Kitchener, Cambridge area, there's the Jazz Fest. So it will be from 2 to 4. And what do we got here? Yeah, Pittsburgh's rushing attack is horrible. 2.8. That's not breakout. Put shakes in your boots for the defense at all. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Philadelphia 3-0 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3-0. Two perfect teams. I picked the Buccaneers in that game. I also picked Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was my choice against Minnesota. I have a feeling it's going to be a low-scoring game, and they'll do very well. I also picked the Seahawks, only because I just didn't have a lot of faith in the Cardinals, especially with James Conner out. I just didn't feel like I had that kind of faith to do it. What do we got here? It looks like prehistoric water. We got more prehistoric water here. Let's have some of this. All right. So, most people, I believe, unless they're diehard fans like I am of Tampa Bay, will pick Philly. I have a good feeling about Baker Mayfield. And Philadelphia, like KC last year, have won games where they look kind of shaky. Baker Mayfield, as long as he stays healthy, he can keep you in it. And they've got good receivers. Even their backup receivers are really solid. So Yeah, it says right here Baker Mayfield's clutch play keeps it close, but the Eagles' depth prevails. Yeah, that's what they say. The defense is just too much. And that may be the outcome, but I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. New Orleans Saints, they're 1-2 at the Buffalo Bills. And Buffalo is 3. Buffalo should be able to handle this. This would be a huge upset. It says the Bills are favored heavily, minus 16.5, and their dominance continues. So, of course, I'm going to go with the Bills. Cleveland Browns against the Detroit Lions. Cleveland has squeaked out 1 win and 2 losses, and Detroit has 2 wins and 1 loss. Here's the thing with Cleveland. They're very squeaky. If they get in track, they're really tough, and they can have your quarterback scrambling. Yeah. Detroit just has so much depth, though. They can run the ball. They can run the ball like no one. They're looking, again, like last year, like a Super Bowl contender. I can see them doing extremely well. I don't see it being a tough time for them at all. Okay, so we've got Washington Commanders. So we're going to go with Detroit for sure on that game against Cleveland. But I think it'll be tight. I honestly believe that Cleveland will be able to contain it. It won't be 50 points like it has been with other teams, right? Washington Commanders and Atlanta Falcons both are struggling. Both are really struggling, yeah. Commanders win 26-22. Certainly at a quarterback, both teams. Jane Daniels' wrist. Atlanta's potential switch to Kirk Cousins tilts towards Washington's momentum as an away favorite. Dan Quinn's familiarity with Atlanta helps. So that's prediction 26-22. Carolina Panthers, 1 win, 2 losses. New England Patriots, 1 win, 2 losses. I picked Carolina here, but let's see what they say. Patriots win 24-16. Patriots defense should handle Carolina's inconsistent offense. A loss here could spell trouble for New England's playoff hopes. So they come out strong at home. Yeah, I see. I have a weird feeling that Carolina's going to win. I really do. We'll see how that goes. Tennessee Titans at Houston. Okay. And I know what I've picked here. C.J. Stroud, right? I think they're going to get their first win. Isn't this the... No, the Titans have not had a win. Oh, the Titans have not had a win. Oh, see, the Texans have won 2 games. I didn't know that. Well, that's good news. They've only had 1 loss. So that's excellent. Houston's offense, despite some dysfunction, outmatches Tennessee's struggling unit. Titans' early season woes continue on the road. Yeah. Los Angeles Chargers, who are 3-0, should easily handle the New York Giants, who are 1 win and 2 losses. They have the Chargers winning 27-17. Jim Harbaugh's squad is rolling. And rookie quarterback Jackson Dart, this will be his first debut NFL game ever. We wish him well. I bet he is very nervous. I hope he's okay. People don't realize the stress, right? Especially in your very first game. Unbelievable. Won't be enough to encounter the Chargers' momentum. Yeah. Well, that'd be a huge upset. I did pick the Chargers. I know that to be real. Yeah, the Colts have been amazing this year. 3-0. Los Angeles Rams 2-1. They predict the Rams win 24-21. I picked the Colts. I just feel like they have momentum. Faces a tough road test, but the Rams' home advantage and ability to recover from last week's loss gives them the edge. Yeah, I don't know. I really feel like this will be close, and it could come down to a field goal, and I think the Colts will squeak it out. Jacksonville Jaguars have not won a game this year. That's sad. San Francisco 49ers are 3-0. 49ers win 23-17 despite injuries. San Francisco's experience and coaching outmatched Jacksonville's tendency to falter, falter in playmaking edge out. Baltimore Ravens. So that's a no-brainer. San Francisco, I went with them. I like that they're playing a lot of the younger players and they're building the new regime, that the new flavor, the new legends in the future. They're slowly building it. You can't sustain legacy with old players. You just can't. The game is too hard on the body. It just is brutal. So we've got Baltimore Ravens who are struggling. They got 1 and 2 losses. Kansas City 1 and 2 losses. God, who would have ever predicted that? They've got the Ravens winning 27-24. This AFC showdown features two desperate teams, Baltimore's physicality and Jackson's playmaking edge out Kansas City's slow start. I think it'll be close, as they have there. So I went with Baltimore as well. Chicago Bears. We've got 1 win, 2 losses, and they are battling Las Vegas Raiders, who also have 1 win, 2 losses. They see the Bears winning 21-20 in a nail biter. Chicago's defense and slight offensive improvements give them the nod over the Raiders team, struggling for consistency. Okay, I would agree. Then we have the Green Bay Packers against the Dallas Cowboys, which should be a hoot and a half. And Green Bay has a slight advantage because they've won 2 games and lost 1. Dallas has won 1 and lost 2. Packers win 28-20. Micah Parsons returns to the Dallas as the Packer fuels Green Bay's pass rush and their balanced attack overwhelming the Cowboys team still finding its identity. I think this is an insanely entertaining soap opera. You will see Michael Parsons giving 110% for sure and making them question their decision. I don't think they made a bad decision. They need to rebuild. He costs too much. So we'll see. So Monday Night Football, it'll be New York Jets against the Miami Dolphins. The New York Jets are 2-1. And Miami Dolphins are 1-2. So 1 win, 2 losses. New York Jets are 2 wins, 1 loss. That is not bad. That's not bad at all. So I've only really seen the 1 game they lost, and it was a nail biter. Jets win 24-21. The Jets defense and Aaron Rodgers' experience. Yeah, see, this is not right. This is not right. Yeah. See, even Grok makes mistakes. Did you see that mistake there? Interesting. Well, according to this, it doesn't understand that Aaron Rodgers is no longer with the Jets and now with the Steelers. That is funny. So even Grok has a slip up here and there. Huh. All right. So let's look at top fantasy football players for week 4. Let's do this together. They've got Josh Allen is number 1, and he's projected to get 23 points plus. Allen's dual threat ability and favorable matchups against the Saints defense struggling with consistency makes him the top QB. His week 3 performance, 263 passing yards, 4 TDs, shows his ceiling. Agreed. Lamar Jackson, projected at 21 plus points. Jackson's rushing upside, playmaking, in high stakes game against Kansas City keeps him elite. Expected to be a big game in potential shootout. We'll see. Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles will be up against the Buccaneers. They're projected at 19 points for Jalen. Jalen Hurts' rushing touchdowns and improved passing game make him a safe bet against Tampa Bay's. We'll see. Justin Herbert, projected at 18 plus points. Herbert's leading the league in passing yards after 3 weeks and faces the Giants defense likely starting rookie Jackson Dart. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Caleb Williams looked really good last week, but we also have to figure out, was it just the opponent? Coming off a career best, week 3 with 298 yards, 4 TDs, Williams has a favorable matchup against a Raiders defense allowing big plays. Okay, so that looks like all the QBs. Now we got running backs. Christian McCaffrey, San Francisco, projected at 25.8 points. McCaffrey's the top R&B with a dream matchup against Jacksonville's porous run defense. His receiving work, yeah, he was great. He's a great receiver, though. James Cook is projected at 18 to 19 points in that range. Cook's elite R&B 1 status comes from his consistent touches and Buffalo's high-powered offense. The Saints defense is a plus matchup. Jahmyr Gibbs, Detroit Lions versus the Browns. Gibbs is, I think, the fastest player in the league right now. If he gets a step on you and he's going to the sideline, he'll get around you. Gibbs' explosive and receiving ability makes him a top player against Cleveland's struggling defense. Bijan Robinson of the Atlantic Falcons against the Commanders. Robinson's workload and big play potential shine against the Commanders' defense, missing Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaughlin. Oh, that's true. There's less targets. It's a very good point. Yeah, he might get more than 19 because of that. Devon Achan versus the Jets. Achan's speed and receiving role make him a PPR stud, especially with the Jets' defense showing vulnerabilities. Okay. Puka Nacua. Yeah, Puka Nacua. They got him as number one here. 21.4. Okay, Puka Nacua's target hog status and the Colts' average secondary make him the top wide receiver this week. Yeah. Ahmad Rashad St. Brown. Mr. St. Brown is wonderful. Consistently high target volume against Cleveland's weak secondary keeps him in the wide receiver one tier. Jamar Chase is number 3 with Cincinnati, and they're up against the Broncos. He's projected at 17 plus points. Despite Cincinnati's slow start, Chase's talent and catchable target share makes him a must start in winnable matchup. Yeah, Ibuka. Yeah, Ibuka. Yeah, he is definitely a breakout talent matched against secondary. Make him a high upside. Nico Collins, always very effective. He's suggested to get over 16 points. Benefits from CJ Stroud's passing volume and Titans defense that struggles to cover top receivers. Agreed. Okay, so now we got tight ends. Trey McBride, he was projected at 15 points. I'm not sure if he even got close to that. Juwan Johnson, New Orleans Saints, projected at 14. He's a tight end 1, ranking on catchable targets and pass-heavy game scripts against Buffalo's elevated his value. Yeah, Buffalo is not great defensively. They're okay at best. George Kittle, I believe, is hurt. Is he coming back? I don't know. Brock Purdy might be coming back, so I'm not too sure here. But if George is back, it says Kittle's big play ability and favorable matchups against Jacksonville defense keep him in the top tier. And one of my all-time favorite players, Sam Laporta of the Detroit Lions against the Browns, is projected at 12.5. Laporta's role in Detroit's offense and Cleveland's weak secondary make him a reliable start. And I think he could be higher than that. Yeah, so keynotes, James Conner, we know he's out for the season. Jaden Daniels is still hurt with a wrist injury. Tyrone Tracy is out for the fourth week, as in week 4. Trey Benson. Avoid players like Jerry Jeudy, who's outside the 35 wide receivers due to Cleveland's offensive struggles. Emerging players like Jackson Dart might do very well. That's so true. Okay. So, we're still rolling. We haven't even played a song. Why don't we play a song and see what we got here? Go to this. I think this is brand new. Embrace of Forgiveness. Enjoy.
Shadows whisper close to me. I find the strength to let it be. In love's embrace, the secrets learned. Forgiveness waits at each heart's turn. Compassion flows like velvet wine. In whispered hopes, our hearts align. The universe, in secret rhyme, supports our souls, transcending time. Oh, embrace me with your loving arms. In your warmth I find my charms. The greatest joy, a sacred place. Within your love I find my grace. Though the past may haunt our nights, loved ones watch from starry heights. They wish for joy to fill our days, to ease our souls in gentle ways. So work on being your best self. Let heartache rest upon the shelf. With open hearts we'll find our bliss in every touch and every kiss. Oh, embrace me with your loving arms. In your warmth I find my charms. The greatest joy, a sacred place. Within your love I find my grace. In this world, there's a magic tune. It whispers softly, love will guide you soon. Through the storms and all the darkest nights, find the light givers, hold them tight. With respect and care, our souls align. Together we shine in harmony divine. Feel the love, unconditional and free. Surround yourself with those who see. With compassion and light be heard. Kindness echoes in every word.
Beautiful. Love that one. Very, very good. Okay, we're going to remove that. And we won't need the headphones, so let's get rid of them. It's going to get sweaty if I wear those. So we're looking at Philadelphia as the number 1 team ranked after 4 weeks. Philly is number 1. Number 2 is Buffalo Bills. If you disagree with any of these, feel free to leave a comment. I'm okay with that. That won't upset me. We've also got Los Angeles Chargers, considered number 3. Philly is showing signs that they can come back from almost any deficit, even when they fall asleep in the second quarter. Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen is still their clutch performance. And then they have enough pieces that support him to make him effective at times. Los Angeles, Justin Herbert, his stellar play. He is the number 1 quarterback right now for passing yards. Detroit, they are just so stacked with talent, right? They just are. It's crazy how the depth they have. And Jared Goff is a really good game manager. Then we have, believe it or not, Baker Mayfield and his many, many receivers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are rated number 5. Who would have ever predicted that? Then we have at 6, Green Bay Packers with a record of 2-1, a surprising loss to Cleveland, drops them, but their talent keeps them high. Baltimore Ravens, number 7, despite a tough start, Lamar Jackson and their potential keep them in the mix. Number 8 is the Los Angeles Rams at 2-1. A competitive loss to Philly shows they're still dangerous. Washington Commanders are 2-1. Their momentum and coaching edge make them a surprise riser. And at number 10, we have San Francisco, who has 3-0. I think they should be up higher than that, if we must be truthful. But thank you to the countless people who are here today. We appreciate you and all that you do each and every day. And we are Techno. Enjoy.
Vibrations, feel the shift in the cosmic flow.
we're back. How's everybody doing? Glad to see you here. Thank you to all the wonderful individuals around the world who are doing what they can do each and every day. And it is a tough time for a lot of people right now. You know, the world is very uncertain. And we've been down this path before and we'll be down this path again, I guarantee it. So right now, Sean McDermott, he was hired in January 11th of 2017. This is his 9th season, and he is still with Buffalo. And we're looking at John Harbaugh, and he was hired January 19th, 2008, and he has had 18 years. That is insane. Atlanta Falcons, Dan Quinn, hired February 3rd, 2024, and he is embarking into his second season. I think he's doing a great job. It's not a great team. Dave Canales has been shot into a bit of a mess. I feel bad for him. We'll have to see how well they do this year. He was formerly an insanely good quarterback coach. We've now got Ben Johnson, who is with the Chicago Bears. He was hired in 2025, and this is his first season. He was formerly with the Detroit Lions, and he is known for his aggressive play. Absolutely. That is so true. Let's get rid of this. Then we'll have my big head here. Let's see if we can get this shared. We'll try. And let's replace screen sharing. Oh no, it's still there. Okay. So just got to do this. Okay. Okay, well, that's not true because it's right there. That's so funny. All right, so we're looking at the Dallas Cowboys. And we all know Bryant's been a coach with them for quite a while, but not a head coach. Yeah. And he is the famous son of the famous coach, Marty. Yeah. Denver Broncos, Sean Payton. He was hired in 2023. This is his third season. I think they're doing quite well, especially with their rookie, Bo Nix. Phenomenal. Dan Campbell. This is his fifth season, and he's really transformed the Lions into an NFC contender, 12-5 in 2024. With his aggressive style, yeah. He did lose Ben Johnson, right? Which I thought was a key piece to that offense, but they're still in it. And we're still only into game 4 as of this week, so it's still pretty new, fresh and new. Green Bay Packers, Matt LaFleur, might be one of my favorite coaches. This is his 7th season. He was hired in January of 2019. Houston, Texas. Yeah. I like Ryans a lot. I have from the beginning. This is his 3rd season, former player, turned coach, led the Texans to the playoffs 2023 and 2024 with the incredible play of C.J. Stroud, who is not the best this year. And they're in the process of building a stingy defense. The Colts don't know a lot about Shane, but this is his 3rd year. He has a 17-17 record through 2 seasons. Had a rough time with Anthony Richardson, but he's doing great with Daniel Jones in a winnable AFC South, which is so true. Jacksonville Jaguars now have Liam Cohen, and he was hired last year. And what I mean is before the season. This is his first season. Former Buccaneers OC, offensive coach with the Rams, ties inherited QB, Trevor Lawrence, and he also has Travis Hunter. Neither are shining examples of success so far this year. Kansas City Chiefs, we all know. Andy Reid was hired in 2013. This is his 13th season. 3-time Super Bowl winner. Yeah. Unmatched situational mastery alongside with Patrick Mahomes. Los Angeles Raiders now have Pete Carroll, who they hired this year, and they have Geno Smith as a quarterback. So we'll see how that unfolds, hopefully well. We also have the Los Angeles Chargers with Jim Harbaugh, hired 2024, 10-year second season, returned from college after Michigan title. He is an insanely gifted coach, inspirer, whatever you want to call him. He's a little odd, but it works, and it works for him. He is very talented. Brian Dabble is hired. He's been with them for 4 seasons. They're 11. Sorry, they're 6-11. They're having problems. It's incredible. I think he still has his job. Nick Sirianni was hired in 2021. 5th season with the Super Bowl now winner. 2nd title game in 3 years. Praised for culture despite sideline critiques. Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, is Mike Tomlin, hired in 2007. He has been with them 19 years, and he's never had a losing season. San Francisco, which means they're above 500. San Francisco 49ers, Kyle Shanahan hired in 2017. This is his 9th season. He's in the midst of building a new team with Brock Purdy. Seattle Seahawks. Yeah. Brian's doing not much. Not much yet. But the team is doing well. He is not the best coach in the league as far as I'm concerned, but he's damn good. Anybody who makes any team want to hire them in the NFL is a great coach. And a lot of them, if they're not great head coaches, they're great assistant coaches, offensive coaches, defensive. There's something. They specialize, right? And usually get work very quickly with another team. Brian Callahan of the Tennessee Titans this is his 2nd season. Yeah. They've got Cam Ward. They're in a form of rebuild. We'll have to see once we get a larger sample size. But I like him as a human being. Todd Bowles, or Bowles. I like him. I'm not crazy about him, but look at how well Tampa Bay has been doing. So he's got to be doing something right. Interesting. All right. So that's some of the head coaches. Jonathan Gannon. This is his third season, and they're also in the midst of a rebuild. So we'll have to see how that unfolds for them. Let's see. I think I was able to download something. Let's have a quick look. Video storage. Yeah. The Signal Blues. Enjoy.
Well, it must have been the signal. You know, it must have been the signal, baby. You know, it had to be the signal. Interference changing my baby's mind. Well, I felt a heavy silence. You know, I felt a heavy silence, baby. You know, I felt a heavy silence. Like the Wi-Fi dropped and we're cut off now. You know it sounds like my baby. You know it feels like my baby. You know it echoes like my baby. But you know it must have been the signal messing around. Scrolling through the memories. Little girl, I'm scrolling through the memories. Trying to rewind to when you were mine. But those pixels blur and I'm left behind. Was it real love or just a lost connection? Now I'm staring at these screenshots, haunted by all the what ifs we forgot. In this digital haze, where do we go? Searching for truth in the likes and the glow. You know it sounds like my baby. You know it feels like my baby. You know it echoes like my baby. But you know it must have been the signal messing around. Well, I'm lighting up the screen. Little girl, I'm lighting up the screen. Trying to spark the love we had, but it feels like the signal's fading fast. And I'm left wondering how to get you back.
Incredible ending. That is so beautiful. A really, really solid performance right there. That is a V5. And a V5 is the latest Suno generator. And it is quite incredible, to say the least. All right, let's have a quick look here while we're here. So, let's see if we can make this a little more even. Can this be done? Kinda. Not really. Let's get rid of this. All right, so we have, it looks like, is this better? Let's try this. That's better. Okay. So we've got top 10 quarterbacks. We did that earlier. We've got top 10 running backs in fantasy football. We did that earlier. We've got tight ends, top 10. I thought it'd be fun to have the top 10 coaches. Coaches. Number one, Andy Reid, three-time Super Bowl winner. Reid's mastery of situational football and play calling with Patrick Mahomes is unmatched. In 2024, he led the Chiefs to an 11-6 record and another playoff despite offensive line struggles. His abilities to evolve offensively keep Kansas City the AFC gold standard. Number two, Nick Sirianni of Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles? Eagles? Ingalls. Isn't that the Waltons? Wasn't there a word in something Ingalls? Yeah. Or is that House on the Prairie? Laura Ingalls. Yeah, I think that's it. House on the Prairie. There you go. Not Eagles. Eagles. We went in a different direction, which I always do. Okay. Nick Sirianni. His second title game in 3 years, Sirianni's culture, building an aggressive play style, turned Philly into a powerhouse. 12-5 record in 2024 showcased its ability to manage stars like Jalen Hurts. And a very powerful defense, yes. Kyle Shanahan, known as one of the better, I would say, coaches overall in the league. Super Bowl runner up, yes, that's true. Shanahan's innovative offense schemes maximize QB Brock Purdy with versatile roster despite 2024 injuries. His 9-8 season showed resilience. That's so true. Sean McVay might be my favorite coach, by the way. Youngest Super Bowl winner. McVay's adaptability Sean in 2024, reaching the playoffs despite Aaron Donald's retirement. His 9-8 season with Matthew Stafford and new look defense highlights his offensive creativity. And his defense is very young. John Harbaugh of the Baltimore Ravens. Why? With the 17-year tenure, Harbaugh's ability to build playoff teams around Lamar Jackson, dual threat style is unmatched. A 10-7 record in 2024 kept the Baltimore Ravens competitive despite defensive injuries. The 2025 outlook, a strong defense and Jackson's MVP form might make the AFC contenders. Dan Campbell, Detroit Lions. Why? Transformed Detroit into an NFC powerhouse with a 12-5 record in 2024. Campbell's aggressive, culture-driven approach and trust in coordinators, though both left in 2025, make him a player's coach. His grit matches Detroit's intensity. All right. 2025, losing coordinators in a challenge, but Campbell's leadership keeps Detroit in the NFC North race. We're going to see long term what happens there. Number 7, Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? Super Bowl winner. Never had a losing season in 18 years. Tomlin's 2024 season, 10-7, shows the ability to win with a transitional roster integrated with Aaron Rodgers in 2025 elevates the ceiling. And Tomlin has a real deep, rich respect for the abilities of Aaron Rodgers. Sean Payton, number 8, Denver Broncos. Why? Super Bowl winner, proven track record. Payton turned down Denver around 2024. Turned them around, not down. 9-8 with the rookie QB Bo Nix bending blending veteran savvy with modern schemes. His offensive mind is still elite. Cliff Kingsbury of the Washington Commanders, why? Led Washington to an NFC championship in 2024 with his rookie QB, Jaden Daniels. Kingston's college style offense adapted well to the NFL during a rebuilding time. They became a contender in a very short period of time, which is so true. Daniels' growth makes Washington a dark horse. Demico, that's right. Demico Ryans, former player, returned offensive mastermind. Ryans led Houston to back-to-back playoffs 2023-2024 with QB CJ Stroud. His 10-7 record is impressive in 2024, and his ability to build a top defense, making him a rising star. They also had so many injuries last year. It was incredible they did as well as they did. All right. Thank you, folks.